Hey, this is Mike Gingrich with Live with Mike, Digital Hill Multimedia, and it's that time. It's Tuesday at 1:30, and that's the first thing I got to tell you is that this is going to be the last week at 1:30. We're going to move the time up to the beginning of the lunch hour, so going forward we're going to be at 12 noon on Tuesdays, and letting you know that trying to make that switch to see if that's more helpful for people to catch them at the beginning of their lunch hour. So what I'm doing right now is going live on my iPhone, holding it up here, and that's intentional. The goal is to just show you how simple it is, easy it is to go live and to talk about social media marketing as it connects with your overall online marketing in 2018. So if you've been paying attention to social media marketing as the year has started, you know that there's been some significant changes with Facebook. Some of the other platforms are evolving, but the one that kind of made the biggest shift is Facebook with their algorithm and their news feed. And we get a lot of questions about, what do you do now? What's important? And I think number one, the basics are still important. So you got to take care of your website. Your website's got to be mobile responsive, and you got to be putting out quality content on your website. So quality content on your website still matters for search engine optimization reasons, and also because then you have assets to use on social media. Now, what's changed with Facebook is that you can't any longer just like share a link to a blog post and have that perform well when it goes out in a post on Facebook. You get low reach that way, but you can still talk about that content. You just have to do it differently. So you can create a photo post, you can do a video, or you can do what I'm doing and give you a live video and then point to a blog post. Tell people to come over to the blog post, whatever that is. So the most current one up on Digital Hill, you can find under the resources tab. You come over to digitalhill.com or go directly. It's digitalhill.com/blog, and then you'd find the most recent post. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that there as well, you can sign up the little pop-up widget that comes up, and you can sign up via email so that you get the latest news and information that we put out weekly on Wednesday. So it's an update list, and you need this kind of update just because things are always changing fast. So and that would get it into your inbox, so you always have it. And shows like this on Tuesdays, which is going to be at 12 noon starting next week, also give you a heads up to what's happening, what you need to do. So again, it hasn't changed that you need good, fresh, quality content on your website. What has changed, particularly with Facebook, then is how you share that. So you can't really just share the link anymore. You can share the photo post, or you can share it as a video. You create a little video and talk about it, and then link to it, or you can do this Facebook Live and talk about it. So that's happening. Now on Twitter, you can still share that link, and you can get some traction there. The important thing with Twitter is who's following you. That's who's going to see it. You need to be able to use some relevant hashtags, but who's following you. So if you're going to pay attention to Twitter, if your audience is on Twitter, then you're going to need to spend some time on Twitter following and engaging with the right audience, those who are going to be interested in your services, in your community, that type of thing. You should be following relevant Twitter audiences if Twitter is a relevant platform. I'm not saying all platforms are. Another one that's really grown then is Instagram. They've given you lots of different ways to communicate there. You can go live on Instagram in the Stories feature. And again, same kind of concept as Facebook there, where you can talk about something that is new in your website or that type of content and point people over that way. So that's relevant on Instagram. So the basics haven't changed, but the little nuances of how you do that have changed. So on Facebook, for instance, if you're sharing a video, or even after this live video is over, it'll be a post, and then I might want to magnify that with a Facebook ad, boosting that post. And why do I want to do that? It's because Facebook allows me to get in front of just the right exact target demographic that I want to reach. And so I can share, you know, whatever I want this way on a video, a live video, and then afterwards I can go back and I can boost that to a target audience. And that's what is my target audience? That's who your ideal client base is, okay? So, you know, you can do obviously your fans if you want to, but I recommend that you go a little bit deeper than that and do some demographic targeting. So are you serving a community? You can target within that. Are you serving generally an age bracket? Serve within that. Are there particular interests of that group? You can target to those interests. So you can pull all that together and get a good audience and put a dollar amount on it. You only want to spend $15, only spend $15. Let that run for, you know, 7 days, and you can get in front of hundreds, thousands of your ideal target audience that way. So with Facebook, you got to move away from sharing links, and you want to use these other newer types of posts, photos, videos, live video, and then you really want to consider doing a little bit of ad budget. You know, something as simple as setting a budget where you're going to spend $30 a month, you know, or $50 a month, that type of thing. You can really help yourself and your audience. And then if you're doing that and you're trying to drive some traffic back to your website, drive them to a specific page, information there, then you really need to have a way to move them into your email funnel. I already told you about what you can do with ours, that we have the opportunity to give you a free ebook and also then sign up to get our weekly tip email that goes out. And so that's a way that, you know, we can stay connected to people, get them from merely a fan to also being on a email list where we can communicate with them. So we're doing some of that kind of, you know, 1-2 punch combination approach to reach people and stay in touch with people, because there is a lot of there's competition, there's distractions, there's all kinds of things online, and if you want to connect with people, you need to find multiple ways to do that, and then stay in touch with them over the course of time on that. So that's what I just wanted to highlight today, is that so the basics really haven't changed. The nuances in how you share, particularly with Facebook, has shifted since January. You need to be aware of how you share on Facebook. And then, you know, you need to be aware of where your audience is at. That's where you should be spending time. You know, so if your audience is watching a lot of videos, maybe you need to be creating YouTube videos. And one of the things that I can do with this video is I can post it to our Facebook page. I could actually download it then from our Facebook page on desktop, and I could have an MP4 of that and load that to YouTube if I want. So if that's going to be a helpful video for my audience, I can also load that to YouTube. You know, we're often doing that with when we roll out a new website. You know, we'll do a video about the website, some of the features, the front side features, the back-end manager features, and obviously I want to load that up to Facebook, but I also want to load that up to YouTube, and you know, I can include that with a blog post, so I can get multiple uses out of it, and so there's definitely high value in YouTube from a search engine optimization standpoint. And again, it's about knowing where your audience spends time. Where does your ideal audience spend time on social media? You know, are they watching YouTube videos? Are they spending time on Instagram? Are they obviously on Facebook? Are they using Pinterest? Are they on Twitter? Be aware of that. You need to be asking your existing clients and figuring out where your potential clients, where are they interacting? And that's where you want to be spending some time and being able to reach them and cultivate that relationship. So with social media, one of the keys is engagement. So following the right type of people, commenting on the right type of people's information, responding back to them, and then the other approach is keeping with that is making sure that you have good fresh content out on your website. So that's what I got for you today. Is you know, it's old but it's new. It's new but it's old. You know, so things change and adapt, but the basics are still there. You got to have your website. You got to have good content on that. You use that content as a means to have something to share on social. How you share can change. Definitely take a look at experimenting with different video types and boosting posts, Facebook ads. If your audience is growing on Instagram, take a look at ways you can use stories there and then get them back to your website, have another method to offer them something of value in your website so that you can connect with them via email in an ongoing fashion. And that cycle needs to keep going, needs to keep in the mix, so you can be available, you can be seen, you can be heard, you can be known, you can be trusted. And putting those pieces together over the course of time can benefit your business. The key is, and that's what my goal is to help keep you aware of the little nuances that change. And if there is a big change you need to make, letting you be aware of that, but making sure you're aware of just these little nuances, like the change in Facebook here. So if you see me here, this is a simple thing that you can do. I'm live now. I'm just using my iPhone. I'm holding my iPhone. Nothing massive that took a lot of prep, that takes a lot of, I'm just trying to make sure my background is not too busy, there's not people walking around behind me or that type of thing. I'm close enough so that you can hear me, there's no wind howling, that type of thing. But it's simple, it's there, and I can communicate, and I can tell you a number of things which relate to ways that this can be beneficial to you, or that you can come over to our website and check more out. So that's the goal here today, is to offer you a little value this way and to demonstrate what you can do just with a phone that you've got on you all the time. All right, so this was Mike with Digital Hill and the Life with Mike show. Next week, Tuesday, 12 noon. All right, this is it. Take care.